Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing, and we're going to do this quick update here this morning as I got to get on the road to a birthday party, as it is my nephew's birthday today. And as well, surprisingly enough, and is rare, and it was a 1 in 362 chance of happening, the little man who is now growing up happened to be born on old Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing's birthday. So this is a birthday extravaganza all day today as we get drunk from the nephew's, the sister's house, with a big old party for the nephew, as me and XRP Future Millionaire are going to buy the young man a nice silver Cuban linked chain because that's what he wanted. So that's what he will get. And you can see here, if you're hoping to make some money this weekend to buy that chain, you got the 16th XRP Future Millionaire. You better be listening to me. If you're looking to recoup some of that money on that chain for your nephew, we got a $1,655.99, as you do know, lower support, and a $19,122.50 major upper resistance in this blue trading zone. And if we're looking to make some money and on a long, we could long it up to here if it happens. Or if we're looking to make some money on a short and we have a catastrophic flush this weekend and we break the 16.5569 area, you could come down to that underneath target that we've had forever of 13,336, and that would be a way to more than make up for that chain that we're about to buy the young nephew. But these are all things that can happen in theory, and we have to watch to see how they actually play out, as we did have that major upper target when we were trying to pump from down here when the Doge and the XRP and Ethereum had the massive 20 to 50% and 100% rallies in some case. Bitcoin got chopped down up here at about $22,000 and flushed, and that's where we're currently at right now, and these are the levels we're going to pay attention for this weekend. Same thing with XLM, came all the way down to that bottom last line of defense, aka get my shit together zone, and the buyers came in and pumped it up, and then you came up to the 10-cent level and got that hook-nosed Jew bearish reversal. And right now we're in the kind of mid-ground area where we need to get some buyers to come in to save off the price and to pump it back up to that 10 cents and maybe try to breach that and go to 12 cents. But if the sellers keep going and no buyers come in, you're looking to hook down for a classic double bottom at that 7.8 cents and then decide to pump back up in a classic mountain or bottoming reversal pattern, right? A double bottom, right? The reverse of a double top, but that's what we're going to wait for in the XLM and the XRP price. You can see we flushed all these critical areas right here. We had that classic that we called back here, the hook-nosed Jew bearish reversal, drove it all the way down to 32 cents, or the top part of this red trading area, which is the volume indicator. And when you're coming from above to below, it likes to act as bullish. And when you're coming from below to above, it likes to act as resistance. And you can see, if it just lets me delete that real quick, because it was, oh, there's one more. As it came down, it flushed right through the 37 cents because it was sitting there, and that used to be major upper resistance, and it tried to hold it for the first time as support, and it broke it. Drove it down to the 32 cents. The buyers were there like they should be. It pumped back up to the 50-day moving average and descending in red right here. And then it's now sitting back on top of the 37 cents trying to hold it. And if it can hold the 37 cents, it can pump back up to 50 cents, right? But if it breaches this 50 cents, if it breaches this 50 cents right here, right, you're going to drive back down to the 32 cents for a double bottom, and then you would have to double bottom and have a ferocious rally back to the upside, first flipping the 37 from resistance to support, and then coming up to the 50 cents. But if it does get rejected by here, comes back down to the 29 cents, it would break that and hit that 18 to 20 cent target that we've had since 2021, right, last October. And as we do know, if we peek over at the US dollar ended up very, very bearish, and it's had its most bearish 2-week stretch in more than a year, as the US dollar is down from its peak back here on September the 28th, flash forwarding 44 days, it's down 7.37%, and that's its biggest drop it's had since this big bull market started back here sometime in mid to late 2021, right? So it's a big drop off, but it is coming down to that 105.184 as we're sitting at 106.152, about 1 point above it, and that's where the 200-day is. And a few weeks ago, we laid out the 108.855 at the 100-day, and then we had the 200-day was a most likely scenario, as you started to top out up here that you were going to come down to. And we are, in fact, gunning to hit that. And then that would be a spot where you could have a big rally up and do something like this and then start to consolidate, right? Because this is a major area of support where buyers should be. And then this would be the last area that you'd want to come down to would be the 101 spot 013. And then you would have to bounce there, because if you broke this area, you would be flipping a major support level. That was I believe, an 18-year. The last time you hit that was back in 2020. And then before that, it was a long time ago. It was back in like right before the financial crisis or right after. So it's a more than a decade old support level. And then you would flip that to resistance, and then you would be very bearish and you would start to head back to the downside. So you could be looking at that as a reason why the cryptos and the Bitcoin and the rest of the field should pump this weekend, as the Dogecoin has been out ahead of the field today. It's been pumping up because there's been a big dollar dump. And you would expect a big pump in cryptos, but the one bad thing about it is right now is we're in a huge bear market in crypto, and we just had another second largest exchange in the country in the crypto sphere go down and go bankrupt overnight. And that's a lot of money lost following the Celsius and the 3 Capitals of the world. And now you have BlockFi, a major player in the crypto sphere, on the verge of bankruptcy, as I'm calling it here again. First started yesterday once they went out and said they're halting withdrawals and limiting things you can do on their platform. That is classic scenario one of within the next several days, hours to weeks, they're going to go bankrupt, as they stop letting you withdraw your own money out of their site and they restrict use on their site. And I would put BlockFi on bankruptcy alert. And if you have money in BlockFi, you better start praying to the crypto gods that they don't go under like all these other ones have. And I believe they will. And that's a major thing. But in the Dogecoin, you can see it got rejected up at 14 cents. And then when we zoom into the 3-hour time frame, it broke that 200-day moving average. That was on the 9 cents right there. Remember when it was up here, we were talking about that. And it broke that, so it came back down to the orange trading zone. But now, since it's coming from above, it should act as a little bit of buyers being there, just as it was getting buyers from the bottom part. But it's coming swinging back up to this major upper resistance now. So if you can't break these tightening moving averages that are all moving down, if you can't force your way over and then get supported on the top side and drive back up to 14 cents, you're going to get rejected here, trade back down towards the 7 cents or the top part of this orange trading zone, and then that's where you would have to hold, because if you fail that, you come all the way back down, right? Like, subscribe, and share on a very volatile day in the crypto market, and we're going to stay on top of it at a birthday party. Cheers to all the birthdays out there on November 12th, as we approach the exactly mid part of November and the last 2 weeks of the fall season. Peace and love, and we're going to hope to see some snow today.